Verita Lee, East Baton Rouge Parish School Board member and a teacher of over 31 years. And I come here today to ask you to think about the educators in your family that are waiting on you to do the right thing. Because if you're thinking about passing this bill, you must be ready to build some prisoners, because you're going to be wearing orange suits, because this is corruption, to take public dollars to fund private and parochial education. And another thing, I don't know what teacher did something bad to Governor Jindal, but I wish they would come and apologize, because all these educators are going to suffer for maybe what one teacher may have treated him differently, and I don't think one did, because he had a good education in the East Baton Rouge Parish school system. And I would just hope you think again, because I know each and every one of you must have an educator in your family, or you wouldn't be where you are today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
And may God bless you.
Yes, ma'am. Same to you, and thank you for being with us today.
Good afternoon. I was inspired to speak today by the rather odd motion that came up today.
Speak your name, please, ma'am. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. My name is Margaret Westmoreland. My address is 27230 Patterson Road, Springfield, Louisiana. I am a public school teacher in Livingston Parish. I have 14 years experience. I am slightly scared, but I will do it. I took a sick day today. I have been diagnosed with lupus in the past month. My hair is falling out. My skin is on fire. And when the doctor said, "What's going on in your life? Do you have a stressful job?" I said, "I am a high school teacher." And do you know what he said? "Oh, those kids must really be tough." I said, "Oh no, those kids are great. It's what's going on in the school system that's doing this to me." Think about that. I'm going to talk to you the way that I talk to my students. I need everybody's eyes on me. Everybody look at me. There we go. Good teachers know this. Handouts are readable. We can't read what you just passed out to us today. It's too big. The language is too much. Did you all read the bill? Because I'm going to say you probably didn't. The speakers are understandable. I tell my kids this all the time. Lots of words were thrown at us today. We couldn't understand a lot of them. And no one should speak in euphemisms, and no one should speak in slogans. Our governor told us today that the status quo is not acceptable. And I will tell you he is correct. It is not acceptable. But nothing that is put on the table today is about children. It is about politics, and it is about money. And that is not acceptable either. English teachers, I am one, always say never use the words never and bad, and I just use never. I understand that. Never use the words always and never, and we keep throwing that around in the media. All the teachers are bad, all the schools are bad, and we are not. We are good, and we are proud, and we are here. And we are here because we feel that we need to be here, because we love children.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm going to give you 3 things. We want teacher input. We want you to slow down the process, and we want you to stop villainizing public school teachers. Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Katrina Endang. Mispronounced it.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to touch on 3 things. I wasn't able to hear what business and industry said, but I heard other speakers speak of it. And according to what they said, business and industry said great things are happening in Louisiana business and industry. And I think we should applaud them. We educators, I'm a retired teacher, that because that's saying to us that we have produced educated, talented workers for business and industry. The second thing I want to touch on is reform. And, you know, I heard somebody say, well, this is phase A or phase B. And I'm just trying to figure out what phase does RSD fall under? Because RSD, Recovery School District, was supposed to come in and recover and reform, Mr. Broadwater. So I want to know what happened to RSD. Did they fail? Or have they passed because they abdicated their responsibility by handing the schools over to charter schools? And then the third one is choice. You fool yourself when you say you are offering choice to parents. In New Orleans, parents have no choice. Charter schools have choice. A good example is Lanyap Academy. Lanyap Academy was in the zoo. They moved them from the zoo and put them in the Treme area. Lanyap Academy had K-1, and that happens often with charter schools. They have 1 or 2 grades, and the rest of the building is empty. And you have children on the streets who do not have a seat that they can sit in the school. So Lanyap had K-1, and then they have 5 and 6. No 4, no 8. That's the charter schools having a choice. They don't have to take exam classes. Now they're saying that,
Thank you, ma'am.
Lanyap is going to go to K-2. I'm going to finish this. Lanyap is going to go to K-2, and then they're going to leave out the 5th grade and bring in 6 and 7.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of choice does a parent have who has a 6th grade child in that school and has a 5th grade child that needs to go to that school?
Ma'am, thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
My name is Lorraine Jones. I think that's all you guys need to know at this point. I'm a retired teacher of 30 years, early childhood specialist, and I'm here to present my opposition to this scholarship bill, which we know this code word for voucher, and what's happening with giving vouchers to Catholic schools, private schools, but can we say separation of church and state? Why are you taking my federal dollars to implement a program, as this is what the governor wants, to implement a program to give parochial schools the MFP formula? The more money you take from the public schools, the less curriculum, services, or whatever qualified teachers, certified teachers, will be gained by the public school system. I did not go through a 6-week training program to become an educator. I took a $5,000 dip in salary from the telephone company to teach, to live this long to see that we have a governor who's actively trying to destroy public education. I'm here to say I'm going to fight. If I walked with Dr. King and I fought with Dr. King, I will be fighting, because I'm here on behalf of the students, and I haven't heard anybody on the panel say this is about the students. How about having the governor sit down with the parents and some of the students to voice their opinions? Because I'm quite sure the kids can tell you what it is they need and don't need. And I've been in some of these charter schools, and I've seen what the kids are not getting in these charter schools. So if you want to take some money to implement these programs, how about taking the salaries of these people in the charter schools who are making 6 figures and utilize some of that money? And you won't have to take the MFP. Because what I can see right now is race baiting, and the code word is voucher. And we know it's not going to go to the poor kids.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's going to go to the kids who have the wherewithal to be there without us giving them.
Thank you for being here with us. We appreciate you.
I sure
Yes,
hope
ma'am.
you heard me, because I've been watching you on the screen, and your attention span is like,
Oh, wow. At least you had a chance to see. I'm proud of the fact that at least the thing's working down there.
but you weren't
Yes, ma'am.
saying anything. You were very rude, very rude.